I've known about this project for a couple of months, I guess, um, and really been looking forward to talking to you guys and learning a lot more about it. Wondering Finance. Please, first thing I want you guys to do is just kind of introduce yourselves and how you got into crypto. Just a little bit of background about each of you.
Yep. I'm going to start off. So my name is Robin. Like for many, it's very hard to pronounce, but like you can try to move on. But you can call me Witch King if you want to. Yeah. From my background, I have a pretty scientific background. I'm an industrial engineer in real life. Let's put it this way. And I've been into crypto for quite a while, but like for most of you guys, it's like an addiction, right? You're always trying to go deeper and deeper and deeper. So there comes the point in one's life in crypto where you change from investing to really getting engaged, not being just in communities and trying to give some input, but really reaching out to projects to see if you can help on a higher level. And yeah, this is what happened to me end of last year. I decided to just quit my freelancing and just go 100% crypto and took this leap of faith. And yeah, in this process, Giuseppe, our CEO, approached me, and he's like an industrial engineer too, and he was studying at a rivaling university of mine. So we had a common sense as engineers, like Felix too. And he just asked me if I want to join this project, and he showed me what those guys are up to. And I was like 100%. This is just a genius idea. We have a great team, and I was super happy. He just asked me to join, and I was with those guys from this day on. So yeah, this is my story how I ended up in Onering.
Nice. Alucard?
Hey, my name is Eric, known as Alucard in the Phantom community. A little bit about myself, how I started out in crypto. Maybe like a few other people, but I saw an ad for Brave browser. Saw that you could earn a little bit of crypto and get started. So that really hooked me in. I got into crypto, I guess, at the start of the 2020 pandemic, which was a great time if you're working from home, have a lot of spare time. But really only started to get into DeFi and the more complicated side of crypto in 2021. So this year, I've been really starting to become more integrated into, I guess, the Phantom ecosystem. I've been really starting to learn more about how to optimize whatever I have in crypto. So it's been really exciting 2021 for me, and I guess 2022 as well. And a little bit about myself. I work in the legal services industry, so it's quite a bit of a difference between going from legal to crypto.
And Gimli?
Well, yeah, I'm Felix. Robin talked about me a little bit. Yeah, I'm an engineer too. I started with crypto in 2018. I started trying lots of DeFi protocols when crypto was still on diapers. I'm the CEO of Onering. I'm more of a technical guy. With all my background, I'm actually a biotech engineer, so it's a little bit weird, right? But yeah, I love crypto, and I got plenty of experience. It's already the third project I've been working with, and I love the team. It's one of the most capable and talented teams I've worked with.
Great. Okay, awesome. Yeah, no, those are great stories. I love to hear them. So tell me about Onering. This is a really cool project. I've done some research about it. I love the aesthetic. So just give me a rundown. What is it?
Okay, I'm going to take this one. Yeah, you're talking about the aesthetics. This is something we hear quite often. This is something we really hear very often, actually. Like people look at our pitch deck, and even some of those VCs we talked to, they were like, wow, this aesthetics really caught my eye, and this is just such a great branding. And we're pretty happy about this, and we will try to serve this narrative ongoing. And yeah, you will see some announcements for something we're up to very, very short term, and we will have to pick up this narrative once again, and you will see something great with this. So thank you for your appreciation for the aesthetics. About Onering in general, the basic idea is more like a ring is an infinite object, right? So infinite opportunities and infinite ways to make use of it. And this is for the long run what Onering will become. We want to add more and more functionality and more stuff you can just do with your yield. But this is something for further down the road. But this is just the basic idea for the ring. Why we came up with all of this? As you already said, I think there are many people in here who are into DeFi, who just know what they're doing and how to use it. But if you talk to people who haven't used any DeFi, you will hear always some of these same complaints. If you just imagine some of your friends who bought into NFTs or just got into all of this space just like a few months ago, and now you're showing curve to those people, just showing them those highly complex DeFi protocols where you need to create like triple asset LP tokens. Now you need to stake them, and you always need to be on the tip of your toes to make sure you have the best yield around. So this is a reason we decided this needs to be more easily accessible, right? So most people told us, yeah, I'm just a bit afraid and anxious to use those protocols because I don't feel confident using them without understanding them. And adding to that, it's not only the complexity, but it's also the information asymmetry. If you're looking at the DeFi protocols out there, it's just a vast amount of protocols you can use. And even if you're just talking one chain, if you're just looking on Phantom, it's already, there are plenty of opportunities where you can put your money. And if you're now taking into consideration, we want to go cross-chain, multi-chain, you would have to look at like several chains to keep up with the best yield opportunities. And so we want to solve this. And we want to solve this by making it very easily accessible, by making like a very easy to use UI, but you still will use those very complex DeFi strategies I just talked about, but you won't have the hustle of having to understand it, right? This is just a very easy entry point for everyone who wants to leverage on those highly complex strategies, but they don't need to get a full scope of how this works. Very basic idea, make complex things easy and make an easy entry point for anyone who wants to enter DeFi and just wants to make some money off of their stables. Maybe Felix, you want to add something to this too, like the overall stablecoin problem lying around, something like this? Felix, you're there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. I'm having some troubles with my microphone.
Oh, you sound okay.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so what we're talking about is Onering as a solution for DeFi, but what specifically, what kind of DeFi or what kind of yield are you guys, we're working towards?
Yeah, well, actually, as Robin said, our goal is to make complex things easy, right? So, how do we achieve that? We get rid of all that hard stuff that usually the inexperienced user or just the average user, even the average user, has trouble. Let's talk about any specific protocol. For example, let's talk about Curve. How many people here has ever used Curve, right? And how many people that has used Curve even understand how it works, right? And it's the DEX, the stablecoin DEX with the most volume out there. So there's opportunities there to farm, like providing liquidity on Curve gives you a lot of fees, non-risk fees, because Curve only handles stablecoins. Well, it actually handles a little bit more assets, but stablecoins are its strongest point. But not a lot of people know how to use Curve, right? But you can have pretty good fees and profits from that platform. So what do we do is just like, okay, don't worry, you don't have to worry, and like Robin said, like have all the hustle to learn how to use this platform. You just have to deposit any stablecoin you want. Right now we have habilitated USDC, DAI, and USDT. So our core stablecoins. We will add more as we move forward.
I can add, maybe if you want to understand what we're going for, like just UI wise, you can already visit our website and go to the dApp and just have a look at it. It's just one vault and you just deposit stable coins of your choice and you're good to go. So if you want to get a first impression of where we're heading, you can have a look at the alpha dApp. We're already online with this one on Phantom and Polygon. So it's already working. It's, like I said, the very first alpha of the alpha, basically. But this is to get a first impression how we want to use those strategies and how easily you can access those. You can just go there, deposit some USDC, and you can even check the TX to see what is happening with your funds, like how crazily they are funneled and split up, and yeah, just deposit it in different strategies. So if you want to have a look, go ahead.
So the dApp is, oh yeah. So I was looking a couple of days ago, and I was it live then, or did this just go live?
Yeah, it's already live. Like I said, it's only alpha, right? This is what we're doing right now is using the classic vault share token model, but Felix will get into this and maybe our, let's put it in the words of a competitive model we're building right now to this. But right now we're using the vault share token model and you can already use it. And as you can see, we already have like more than 100K in TVL on Phantom without even being launched, without too much advertising. And you can already get some juicy APY from those alpha versions without even us boosting this in any means. So it's already a great point to start off and to get a first impression how easily you want to make this for the user to access the strategies.
Yeah, this is really cool. I'm looking at it right now. So right now you're launching with USDT, USDC, and DAI, and the APY you have is 17.6%. It's showing for USDT right now.
Yeah, it's actually the APY is for any stablecoin because
for all,
whatever.
So let me ask you this: is this alpha right here? Is this using cross chain or is this just Phantom?
No. Right now it's on the native platform. If you deposit on the stablecoins on Phantom chain, you will only use farms on the Phantom chain, right? But that's just to bootstrap our volume right now, not our volume, our total value locked for now, because we need to apply like for grants right now and using like cross-chain capabilities right now that are also pretty hard to implement, but we are figuring out how to do it. We already have some solutions on the table, but if we want to apply for grants, we need to have our live product using a specific farms. Like if we want to apply for the 5 million total value locked grant on Phantom, we need to use these specific Phantom farms. Yeah, right. So we don't move the funds right now, but yeah, we will go cross chain very soon.
Sorry.
So on this cross chain, so that's something that is in the works. That's something you have planned. You want to build up your TVL here, and then eventually you're planning on going cross chain. Is that so? That's like cross chain yield farming.
Yes, 100%. This is just what we're doing right now, and I can tell you already. Like we have the Phantom version online, but there's also already a Polygon version. So you can just switch networks and you can already deposit funds on Polygon too. So we have those two alphas up and running, and we already have a dev team working on the Solana solution, and we are in discovery phase with a big dev house for Cosmos and for Polkadot and check out opportunities there. So yeah, there's already a lot in the works, but Felix already said, they're coming to that, like adding to that what he said, you need to build some liquidity on one chain to be able to migrate, right? If we just now took all of those rings and we try to split them among different chains, this could lead into very little liquidity and crazy price action. So our go-to-market is like building on Phantom first and then migrating to more chains ongoing and trying to build on those chains and later on connect them all with the multi-chain, cross-chain functionality.
So where does, so I know you guys have two tokens. You have the one USD token and the ring token. How do those fit in to your app here, or is that it? I mean, I mean, they're not launched yet, but how are those going to fit in here?
Okay, I can take this one. So one of our innovations here is the OneUSD token that it's different from the usual Bolshoi token. That is how some most yield aggregators and yield optimizers work. Like you deposit, you get a Bolshoi token, that is proportional to the total value of the pool, and you get rewards based on that proportion, right? Well, In the case of OneUSD, you deposit any stablecoin and you get any stablecoin back, which is OneUSD. And you get to choose what to do with it. You can even provide liquidity on the DEX. Let's say on SpookySwap, you make OneUSD ring pair to get the fees because you believe that there's where the money is at, right? Or you can stake your OneUSD in the platform and get access to the yield generated with your original stablecoins, your original deposits. Okay, so that's our main innovation, that you are not like stuck with vulture tokens that you can do much with, but you get a stablecoin back that you can move, and it's more versatile and flexible, right? But also the OneUSD token is the core of the cross-chain compatibility. Why? Because we in the platform, you deposit, let's say, the functionalities will be like this. You deposit, let's say, 10 DAI, okay, Phantom chain, and the platform will give you back 10 OneUSD, right? Well, this 10 OneUSD will be identifiable in every chain. So let's say that you have now you have 10 OneUSD in our platform. You switch to, let's say, Binance Smart Chain or Polygon, I don't know, and it still identifies your 10 OneUSD. Okay, so you can withdraw them on other chains or deposits or make deposits on farms on specific chains. So that's how OneUSD works. As for Ring, I think Robin can give you a little bit deeper explanation on the Ring utilities.
Yeah,
On USD real quick. So looking at your app right here. So if I were to if I deposit USDC, you guys would give me back 1 USD?
Yeah, right now, like I already said, the alpha you're looking at is just like the vault share token model. So you just stake your USDC and you get your share token. So this is the classic model most of the DeFi is using right now. What Felix tried to explain is the model we're building right now. The OneUSD model will be some kind of a rivaling model to the existing ones. You can take a look at the AMA questions. I just put 2 screenshots in there so you can see how the OneUSD is incorporated in the whole system and where Ring comes into play. Like Felix already said, the OneUSD will be serving as some kind of collateral token. So this will be fully backed by the funds that are deposited into the protocol, and you get the OneUSD as a collateral in exchange. Now you can choose if you want to stake them to receive some yield from our protocol, or if you want just to go ahead and use those OneUSD to provide liquidity or to put them in some high-risk farms, something like this. So basically, this is just like handing you something in reverse for depositing the funds. And by doing so, here comes the trick in all of this, the basic idea which changes things up. If you imagine 100% of those funds deposited will be used to generate yield. But if not 100%, but let's say only 90% decide to stake their OneUSD, we will be able to take the leftover 10% of those 100% generating yield to split them among those who staked. So in the end, we will be able to provide those who choose to stake with a higher APY than even the sources we're using. So this is some kind of a totally new model and a novelty to the market. We're being able to change things up with the vault share token model. Yeah, that's for OneUSD once again. You can take a look at the wireframes in the AMA group, question group. This will help a lot to understand. For the Ring token, it's pretty easy.
Where does that fit in on the timeline? That's what I'm curious about. So when are you going to switch models or add this alternate model from this vulture model to the OneUSD model? I'm just trying to get an idea of when you plan to launch that.
Yeah, this is something that I shouldn't let myself be pinned down on. So I just can tell you,
I understand.
We're already pretty far down the road for the Solana product. I can tell you that. This is like those guys are building on this new model for quite a while the EVM team built this alpha, and they are now changing to working on the OneUSD model too. So we're pretty close to having a first running product for this on Solana too, and we will start switching to this model as soon as possible. Like we're not looking at 2 weeks, we're more looking at a more longer time frame, but this is not something that's too far away. But I can't just let me pin down on this one.
Yes, I understand. I work with devs and they hate giving timelines. I was just curious if it's something that yes, if it's weeks away or if it's like a Q1, Q2 kind of product. That's more what I was kind of curious about.
Yeah, we're already like I said, we're looking at going into testing for the final product already soon. So yeah, we started working on this early on. So this is something we're pretty proud of. We just bootstrapped this whole offer from our own funds. So this is something we provided from our own network, just like to show people like a proof of concept that we're delivering even before we launched. So this is something we're pretty proud of. So it will take some time to really make sure these products are safe, because this is like the number one thing you need to make sure. For that, we're already getting an audit for the alpha from Aichi, and for later on, for the fully fledged product, we will have some audits with ImmuneFi to really show you people we're confident about the code we're putting out, and we will need to take the time to make sure it's safe, but we will produce as fast as possible. This is why we have like 4 dev teams already working on the product.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. So let's hear about the ring token.
Yep. Exactly. Like many projects do is the way they use like their profits to do buybacks. We're thinking about this too, but there's always the downside of buybacks giving some exit liquidity for those who want to exit. So this is not too incentivizing to just hodl and keep on holding onto the token. So we're right now elaborating more on things like profit sharing to make people who stake and lock their ring tokens profit from our fees, because we decided to not charge any deposit fees or withdrawal fees, because this is something other protocols do. And if you think about, you want to maybe use your stables just after 2 weeks or something like this, when you're having a deposit fee, you start farming at a loss, and you first need to break even before you can withdraw without loss. So we got rid of those fees, and we will only charge a performance fee, which will be used to support the ring token. So on the one hand, we will have something like buybacks or profit sharing, what's more upside for the users, and further down the road, we will have the users take part into those decisions like this. So there will be voting rights for the people to just help us with deciding what's best for the user, because you're the user, so you should have a saying in what's best for you. So the ring token will see things like voting rights, profit sharing, or buybacks, and of course, like it's a kind of a reward token. So you will be able to receive a ring by using our protocol, but we will make sure to work on a model which ensures the token won't get sold off, but it will be put to work and be used for boosting the API, to save some fees, stuff like this. So there are several use cases for the ring token already in the works, and we really want to make sure this token develops well, because we don't take any of those fees. So our revenue model is basically to make this token successful. Our team funds are locked for 12 months and vested for 12 more months. So our goal, if we want to make money, is make this token as successful as possible. So we're all in the same boat to see how Ring will evolve.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So the ring token, this is what you're coming out with, or you're doing pre-sales right now for.
Yes, right. Because if you look at the OneUSD token, this will be more just like a utility token, because it's pegged to or fully backed by the USDC and USDT and the stables deposited. So in best case scenario, it gets pegged to the $1 price, right? So we don't want too much price action for the OneUSD. So the ring token comes very natural that we use this one for selling to our investors and to you guys. That will really capture the whole worth of this project we're launching here. We will try to always support this token like it's in our own interest. Like I already said, we decided to lock it up for a good while, so we need to make sure it performs well. So we take something from this too.
So if I want to take part in your project, I need to get ring token. How would I go about doing that? Where are you guys currently doing pre-sales, or when do you have your IDO?
Alucard, you want to take this one? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say that we actually have tomorrow we have an IDO starting for Thor starter, and then we also have one as well for Synapse. So if you want to take part in either of those, I'd recommend you hopping into their servers and seeing exactly how you can get into those IDOs early, so that you can buy some ring tokens.
So Thor starter, and what was the second one you mentioned?
Synapse.
Oh, Synapse. Okay. So I know Thor starter, you need X rune, I think, in order to take part, which X rune is available on SpookySwap. So I know that.
Yes, you will need to make sure how tier you're in, and yeah, the best place to find some information regarding this is the Tor starter community. It's a great community. I talked with those guys in the Voice AMA before, so pretty cool team. We're happy to have those, and just check out Synapse and Tor starter to take part in the IDO. But if you miss this out, or you just don't want to have like buying you into tiers, you can still look at the LBP, which we're having with Beethoven on the 27th. So there will be another chance to stock up some tokens without any lock. So if you want to take part in this one, have a look, because we will have a 50K giveaway during the LBP. So there's a lot of money going into your pockets if you're taking part. Something you should really consider taking part in.
So that's great. Yeah, that's great. So that's the 27th. Okay, I'm just
Right,
making sure.
27th. And this is going to run for 48 hours. So the LBP will go for 48 hours, and we will make this a big party, basically. We will have a lot of fun. We will be online 24/7. So you guys can just participate, take part, and have fun and win some crazy prizes. We added some crazy prize pools to this because we're a project. We decided we don't want to pay gatekeepers. Crypto is about power to the people, to make everyone profit, and not only to pay those middlemen. We want to get rid of those middlemen. So we decided not to pay YouTubers and stuff like this too much, just when necessary, and more take the money and give it to the people. So we're having things like this 50K giveaway to just incentivize people taking part by gaining for themselves, instead just to listening to callers and KOLs who are just getting paid. So this is the approach we're taking. Power to the people.
That's great.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, and that's not that. We will be also giving away some cool NFTs from the popular collections in Phantom, like Magic Cat, Cyberneco's, 8-Bit. There will be a big party for 48 hours, like Robin said. So just step in, buy the LBP, buy some ring tokens if you want, and have fun with us.
So where do I need to be to take part in this party? Where is it going on?
Sorry, I missed this. Yeah, well, you can join our Discord. Maybe we can share our socials after the AMA is has finished. You can also join our Telegram, and also the LBP will be on the Beethoven Finance platform. It's bits.finance or bits.fi. I don't remember what. But yeah, you will be able to participate there. And for the party, you can join our Discord and Telegram.
Yeah, so in Discord and Telegram, awesome. So you brought up giving away NFTs. That's cool. But you guys have your own NFT collection, or it's coming. Can you tell me about that?
This is something we didn't fully announce yet, so this is just like we can cut it a bit, but there will be some bigger announcements regarding this. And yeah, this is going to be a fun one. You're going to be able, like, we all have the same approach for this one. Instead of trying to cash grab, this is more like an incentive program to get people involved and to have them just something, to have some fun, to mint some cool NFTs. I can already tell you those are just incredible looking. They're very fun to look at, and you even get some prize pool adding to that. But you should follow our socials regarding this, because I want to announce this properly and not just on the sideline. But there's more giving away for the NFT series, and this is going to be a really fun one. Really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I was just looking at your app and saw it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, well, as Robin said, it's not a cash grab. Actually, the NFTs will be pretty cheap. It's just for people to have fun and be a part of the ring community.
No, that's awesome. And is this now? Are you launching your NFTs? When you're launching this project, are you launching on Polygon at the same time?
Basically, the alpha for Polygon is running too, but for now we're going to focus on the Phantom community first to really build some liquidity. And if the liquidity is built to a certain point, we will start to bridge some ring over there to make people to be able to incentivize people on Polygon too. But for now, it's Phantom first. Phantom is the place we're starting out, and I think we made a very good decision. Actually, kudos to our CEO Giuseppe. He made this decision a good while ago, and he said, like, Phantom is the place to be, and we're going to start there. And we're pretty happy about how he decided this and how things evolved. Because, like, I need to tell a bit how successful the race is going. Because if you're looking at the charts and if you're looking at what Bitcoin is doing with us once over again, you'd expect this is a pretty hard time collecting funds. But actually, we had some private raises on CyberFi, and we had a private raise on Synapse already, and those sold out in like under 2 hours. We sold like 300K for the private sale on CyberFi and did a huge amount on Synapse too, and those sold out so quickly. So we're very confident about how this race with the Tor starter and such will go on. So super happy about how things progress, because I think we have the right product on the right chain at the right timing, because people will swap into a lot of stables if the market keeps this unstable and they still want some returns. So everything seems like the gods are in our favor, even if the Bitcoin god isn't in our favor right now.
Yeah, no, that's true. So let me ask you, you mentioned fees earlier. Was that something you've changed? Because I think when I was looking at fees, it seemed like there might be withdrawal fees, but that's all been removed.
Yes, we changed this up. We just decided there's no point in making people start farming at a loss, right? This is supposed to be some place to, even if you want to just put your funds short term. If you're thinking of people who just wait for the next opportunity to invest, and this is for many people the reason to even be in stables, right? To have some money at hand. You know, this amount is like keeping stable. You don't have any volatility to it. So this is more like having money aside to invest. But if we give those people the opportunity, you can take those funds, generate some yield on them, and whenever you need them, you just withdraw them and have some yield on top. This only works if we're charging no withdrawal and no deposit fees. So people are super flexible with putting in and taking out funds, even if you just want to take small portions of your funds. Yeah, this is where we're coming from. We're trying to make it as accessible as possible for people, and we're only taking a fee on the gains you're making through our protocol.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's really that really sets you guys apart. I believe that's a standout. I know I was looking originally at the fees, and I was like, man, that I could see that being an issue, but I think that's a great decision by you guys, assuming you can, it doesn't affect your profitability, and you guys can continue with your product. I think it's a great decision. But what other stable coins are you guys looking to add anytime soon, or do you have any in mind?
Yeah, we have in mind. Actually, we are looking to add MIM and MI, possibly. But it depends, because it's another utility of the ring holders. They get to vote which stablecoins we should add and which farms we should add to. And they propose them, we review them, and if it's like a legit farm, we add it. And as for the stablecoins, it's the same. But actually, we will add some popular ones like MIM. MIM was pretty hot this couple months. So yeah, probably we will move for MIM in a short time.
Especially for going cross chain, I would think MIM would be a really good choice.
Exactly.
For that. Yes. So I guess since you're not doing your cross chain yet, but it's in the plans. Do you have any of that sorted out as to how you're handling, like, identifying the yields cross chain, or I mean, have you made any decision on how you're going to do that?
Yeah, we got a great partner. It's Yield Monitor. It's just they just started, and they provide a really cool information and data from all chains. And we actually, since we are their partners, we can tell them to create a specific API to call for any data on any chain. So think about them like the graph protocol that is used to like sort and or manage all the information on the chain. But this is a new product, and they are our official partners, so we have close communication to them. They help us scrape all the information on all chains and get the best, manage all this data and give us the best APYs available, let's say, right? And total value logs and a lot of parameters that we consider before we deploy a new farm. So yeah, they help us with the cross-chain capabilities there.
Oh yeah, and something I need to add to this one, like, first of all, great shout out to the Yield Monitor guys, super nice guys, super communicative, and just like a pleasure to work with. And they will even provide us with some historical data. So they started already tracking those yield farming opportunities. And this will bring us into a place that we even can estimate the impact of the deposits we will put into those protocols to make sure we don't hurt the APY this much by our deposit that it drops below another opportunity, right? So we can even some kind foreshadow the impact of our own deposits on the pools to make sure we always have the best APY after we deposited and not just before, if you're getting what I'm saying. Like this is
Yes.
basically pretty huge to have like a foreshadowing tool to make sure you have the best yield around, even with your deposit already taking into consideration.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Now, have you, with any of your testing, have you checked to see what kind of APY you would get once you start doing cross-chain? I mean, I know that's really variable, but like right now you're getting 17.6. I mean, have you seen with any of your testing, you getting anything over 20 or?
Yeah. The goal is to have between 20 and 30%, up to 30%. So yeah, that will be the usual margin. And actually, if there are no farms available, let's say that we enter a bear market, God please no, but okay, it happens, right? It's normal and it has to happen. So we enter a bear market and there's a lot of people holding the stables and they deploy their stables into farming protocols. And this will obviously deplete all the rewards because there will be more people and the same rewards, right? So that will mean that the rewards get like lower. It doesn't matter because we always aim to give people up more than 20% because we want to compete directly with Anchor. That it's one of the best strategies out there, like get USD and deposit on Anchor and get 90% APY. But we will sprinkle some ring tokens on top of the yield to make it a little bit bigger, right? Higher. So you will always get around 20 and 30% APY. Even if the real fees generated by the farms are like 15%, we will add that extra 5% with ring tokens. That's the goal.
Yeah, I think.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think 20 to 30% is the sweet spot that really attracts people on their stables. That's kind of what I always hear. You know, it's can I get 30% on my stables? That's.
Oh yeah, and if you're like taking into consideration what Felix just said, the big word we're not supposed to say bear market, I think it doesn't even come down to having a fixed number of APY. What's the most important part is having a better APY than the others, or just supplying the people with the best APY around. This is always just like a relative number. Even if you can't support people with like 20% APY, if you're having 15 and everyone else is just having like 12, 15 is great. So right now we're looking to aim at these 20 to 30% to have them like as stable as possible and help with some ring rewards if necessary. But this is only something we want to do if it becomes necessary, right? If we just look at other farms or other protocols, if you use too much of those reward tokens, you always hurt the price. And we want to protect the ring price and the price action of ring as much as possible. So this is why we decided not to put out those rewards in reward tokens only, but to pay people in stable coins. You put in stable coins, you get more stable coins. And sometimes if the APY drops too hard, you even get some ring on top. And you can take those rings, stake and lock them to get an APY boost. So basically, we want to aim for something like a system where we funnel those funds into our ecosystem and we lock them in there instead of looking at selling off those tokens because, this would really hurt the price. So we're trying to go for this.
Mm-hmm. So you guys mentioned Polygon, Phantom, Solana. What other chains are you guys looking at?
Well, actually, we will be live in most EVM compatible chains, including Avalanche, Binance Smart Chain. As Robin said at the beginning, we are already working on Cosmos and Polkadot. We have a dev house, a complete dev house, working on that. So yeah, we aim to be on all chains actually, even Harmony. I don't know.
So that brings up, what are you guys using, or what do you have plans to use for bridging these tokens? Do you have your own bridge you're making, or are you using Synapse or multi-chain or?
Yeah, we are reviewing various a lot of possibilities, but as I said before, our main goal is to make OneUSD super functional, so make it like the bridge between protocols. Yeah, that will imply a centralized sorry for my bad. That will mean that we have to have a central authority or centralized server to detect the USD token, the OneUSD tokens on all platforms. But we believe that it's like a good decision to make it that way, because that way we can identify your one USD no matter which chain you choose, and you get to withdraw from the chain you want, right? For this, we will have to implement a fund vault, a vault on every chain. You know, obviously the market will decide which vault will be bigger. You know, if Phantom is the most used chain, obviously the vault there will be way bigger, right? But yeah, usually we will have a vault on each chain, and you get to withdraw your one USD tokens from one chain to another, and we use a centralized server to identify your one USD tokens no matter which chain. That will be the first approach. But yeah, we are already talking with some partners like Synapse, like Aldbridge. There is another protocol that I can't mention right now, but we are talking closely with them because I can mention it because it's pretty new, and I don't want to shill because that can drive some problems. But yeah, we are already in the talks with some teams.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, so I think that covers most of my questions. There was a community question about an airdrop. Is there going to be any airdrops from you guys?
Not that we're aware of. Like, there will be, like, you should follow the ABP. Maybe there's something coming up, but no classic airdrop. I don't, to be honest, I don't see much value in airdropping, just giving away tokens with no incentivation, right? And always needs to be some kind of battle plan if you're giving away tokens. I don't really understand the logics of just airdropping randomly to some people or some tokens. So no, we're more going into the direction of always having some kind of incentivation behind those actions.
Sense. I've seen airdrops usually cause more problems than they help. So, anything else you guys want to cover that I didn't cover here? Anything I missed?
No, actually, it's been one of the best AMAs out there because we got to explain like the product in deep. And no, just stay tuned to our socials because the LVP will be big and you don't want to miss it.
Hey Gimli, maybe we could also mention Lossless and how we're integrated with them now.
Sure, go ahead.
So yeah, we're integrated now with Lossless. If anyone hasn't heard of Lossless yet, they are like a DeFi insurance provider. So they have their code integrated now with ours. Let's say there's a worst case scenario where your funds get hacked. They're able to monitor that real time, and they're able to assist with that. So that's just an added benefit that you can look forward to with OneRing.
Oh, thank you, Alcor. Now that you mention it, that's a topic that we didn't touch in this AMA. That is security, because a lot of users get worried about, and how do we choose the farms that we use? How do we deploy the funds? Are we safe from flash loans? Are we are the funds safe? The classic. And yeah, everything's been covered. As Alcor said, we already partnered with Lossless. We also have a flash loan firewall that just deployed yesterday, like literally yesterday. We deployed the first flash loan firewall. We also working with Kaizen Finance, so they will manage. They are a pretty big name in the crypto space, and they will manage all the vesting schedules, all the locking token. Sorry, all the locked tokens. They will manage all that. We also have like this consensus mechanism where we won't add any farm, because you may think, yeah, there's like this, I don't know, ape farm, ape.finance that offers like 1,000 APY for my stablecoin deposit. Yeah, but I'm almost sure that that reward token will be worth zero in a couple months, so we won't add those farms. For us to add a farm, first of all, it needs to be a reputable protocol, a famous protocol that's been around for more than 6-7 months, or even, well, actually we use protocols that been like for a year right now. They also have to be audited. Probably we'll add this parameter where the team has to be doxed, right? That's not a parameter we use often, but that gives the users more security and us too, because that way we get to talk directly to the team if something goes wrong. But yeah, as for security, that's our main concern, and we have really worked towards bringing you guys a secure product.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's great. That I should have covered that. Did you now? Is there going to be availability for users to see what you guys are investing their tokens into?
Yeah, actually, right now on the MVP, you can see which strategies we are using right now. I think on Phantom, we use MyUSDT on SpookySwap right now. I'm not sure, because we like this algorithm works weekly. Every 7 days, it runs again and searches through all the available farms, selects the one with the best APY, and reallocates the funds. So I don't know which farm we are using right now. As far as I know, I checked. I think I checked yesterday. It was MyUSDT on Spooky and another one, because we do split the funds. That's another security thing we do. We split the funds between farms, so that if one farm gets exploited or something, we don't lose all the funds, just the proportion that was deposited on that specific farm. So fund splitting is a great strategy. Yeah, the user can see which strategy we're using. They just have to deposit their funds. Well, actually, they don't have to deposit their funds. They can like go right now to OneRing.finance, launch the app, connect to Phantom or Polygon, and then can see. They will be able to see which farms we are using right now. That those should be changing every 7 days, unless they stay the best farm out there.
Yeah, I can see that right now. You've got it in Spooky and Spirit. Looks like the 3 different strategies, and so every 7 days it's recalculating and altering the. Do you have any plans to change that to make it more frequent? Or I mean, I know there's downsides to moving things around, but
Sorry, can you repeat that?
for changing your strategies, do you have any plans to make it more frequent? Or 7 days is something you guys are looking to stick to?
Well, actually, when we started, we ran this algorithm every 24 hours, but the farm didn't change that much, so we didn't want to spend a lot of resources doing unnecessary calls. So we, also called to the blockchain because every time you call an API, you have to pay a fee, right? So those were unnecessary costs, because every 24 hours the farm didn't change much. We did this analysis for the first couple months, so we decided to make it every 7 days. That should be enough. A week farming, it's pretty good, pretty cool time.
Yeah, no, that's great. I totally understand the not wanting to do it too often. That's awesome. I've learned a lot from you guys. I'm really excited about this project, even more so than I already was. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. For me, I don't know if Robin or Alucard want to add something.
No, I think we covered it pretty nicely, and like you just wrapped it up pretty good. So like we covered what's Ring, what's OneUSD, how we're going to implement a new system, like a competitive project to the or protocol to the Vulture token model. We talked about security. We talked about the race. So I think we covered it pretty nicely. We already triggered like watch the LVP, win some tokens on top, and watch our socials to keep up to date with the NFT drop, because this is going to be a really fun one. I'm really proud of this one, and you guys will like it. I see a lot of NFT profile pictures in here, so you can add to your collection and just become part of the fellowship and have a wild ride with us.
Yeah, so that's important to remind people is that Thor starter tomorrow and the 27th is when you're doing your LVP and you're doing a 50K giveaway. Awesome. Great. Hey guys. So happy to have you guys here. Really excited about it. I think it's great. I'm good.
Thank you for having us, Owen. It's been a pleasure being part of the SpookySwap community for the first time.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much for your time and just for having us. And yeah, I really love this community. Already having so much fun in here, and working with you guys was a pleasure this far. So let's make this big.
Yes, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, guys. I guess we're done.
All right. Thank you, Owen.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.